You know, when you see a drone buzzing through the sky, it's easy to just see the machine. But behind that machine is this incredible global community of developers, engineers, and hobbyists all working together. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that world by diving into some key insights from three leaders who are right at the heart of it all. All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with the personal story of a developer, Jacob Dahl, to really get a feel for the culture from the inside. Then, we'll zoom out and look at the future of the core tools with Michael Carroll and Adisu Tedesse. We'll see how it's all held together by the Drone Code Foundation thanks to Ramon Roche. And then we'll wrap up with how you, yes you, can actually get involved. So first up, let's talk about Jacob Dahl. His story is just fantastic. He started out in Anchorage, Alaska, not exactly a booming tech hub, and now he's one of the top maintainers for PX4, which is a massive deal in the drone world. His journey really shows you what this community is all about. And this quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? This is the secret sauce of open source. It's not just about getting free code online. It's about having a whole network of people who have your back when you're stuck, who will help you learn, and who will guide you when you are completely and totally lost. He freely admits he was totally in over his head. I mean, he didn't even know Linux or C++. But his manager gave him one crucial piece of advice: stay close to upstream. That just means stick with the main official version of the project. And by doing that, by constantly pulling in updates and just being around the conversation, he learned through osmosis. Think about that. He went from zero to designing a drone's flight controller from scratch. That's the power of learning out in the open. Okay, so Jacob's first big lesson was about the power of the community. But his second one? Well, he learned that one the hard way. And it's all about the massive cost of trying to go it alone. This right here is the big temptation. It's called fork and forget. A company grabs a copy of the open source code, that's the fork, they add their own special features, and then they ship a product. And yeah, it seems way faster at first. You don't have to wait for anyone's approval. But there is a huge hidden trap. And this is what happens. I love this metaphor. A house from Dr. Seuss. You can just picture it, right? All these weird, wobbly additions leaning on each other. While the main project is getting stronger and more secure, your little custom version is just getting older and weirder, until it's this unmanageable mess that's a total nightmare to work on. So you really have two choices. There's the shortcut, where you get speed now, but you end up isolated and stuck. Or there's the sustainable path. You work upstream first, meaning you contribute your changes back to the main project. Sure, it's a little slower to get started, but you get to ride the wave of everyone else's improvements. You get help from the experts, and you keep your own work at a really high standard. And this is the real kicker. The problem gets worse over time, but not in a straight line. It's exponential. After a few months, maybe you can catch up in a day or two. But after a year, 2 years, forget it. You're on a technological island, all by yourself, supporting this obsolete piece of code. Okay, so we've heard this story from a developer on the ground. Now let's zoom out and look at the actual tools that people like Jacob rely on. We'll hear from Michael Carroll and Adisu Tedesse about two of the biggest projects out there: ROS, the robot operating system, and Gazebo, the simulator. Their whole strategy really comes down to three key things. First, get ready for the future by bringing in AI and machine learning. Second, make this stuff easier to use so the next generation can jump right in. And third, make these tools so solid that companies can literally build their entire business on top of them. This is a huge moment in the robotics world. ROS1, which has been the standard for over a decade, is now officially end of life. The entire community is moving to ROS2. And that next big release, Lyrical, is going to be a long-term support version, which is critical for businesses who need stability for years. The message is crystal clear. ROS2 is the future. And just to give you a sense of scale here, check out this number: 45 million. That's how many ROS packages are downloaded every single month. That is just staggering. This isn't some small niche tool. It's a global standard, and it's still growing like crazy. And it's not just the operating system. The virtual testing ground, the Gazebo simulator, is also getting a massive overhaul. They're making it way easier for beginners by automating some of the really complex physics stuff. Plus, it's getting faster and works better with ROS, so you can test your robots in a super realistic digital world before you ever build a thing. So we have the developer, we have the tools, but what's the glue that holds all of this together? Well, that brings us to our third speaker, Ramon Roche from the Drone Code Foundation. Ramon really nailed it with this line. You can have the most brilliant code in the world, but if you don't have a vibrant community of people using it, improving it, and supporting each other, it's basically useless. It's all about the people. So a good way to think of the Drone Code Foundation is as the neutral town square. It's a place where everyone, academics, hobbyists, and even competing companies can all come together to collaborate on the technology they all depend on. They organize events, run developer calls, and make sure the projects stay healthy and open to everyone. And this right here, this is the most important takeaway from all three speakers. It's a call to action aimed at every single person using this software. The big idea is this: participation isn't optional. It is the fuel that makes this whole engine run. The best part is, getting involved is way easier than you probably think. You don't have to be a programming genius. Jacob laid out these 5 simple steps. It can be as easy as watching the project on GitHub to see what's going on, or hopping on Discord to help answer another user's question. The bottom line is that every single contribution, no matter how small, makes a difference. If you find a bug, report it. You just helped everyone. If you fix it, share the fix. You just made the whole platform stronger. Even just talking about what you're building is valuable because it helps the project leaders know how their code is being used in the real world. And this, for me, is the mic drop moment. Contributing to open source is not charity. It is not giving away free work. It is one of the smartest, most strategic business decisions you can make. Why? Because you are improving the very foundation your own product is built on. You're future-proofing your own work. And so that's where we'll leave it. These amazing technologies aren't just static things you download. They're living, breathing ecosystems, and they're built by their users. They're built by people just like you. So the real question is, what part will you play? What will you help build next? Thanks for tuning in.